Hello, today we'll be going over our strategic communications plan paper, which will have our 3 channels as well as our audience analysis in it. And then I will be going over one of our channels, the email template. Our objective statement says our strategic communications plan is about bringing awareness to the issues and struggles students have faced since moving to full-time online schooling after the pandemic. We are focusing on students and potential students who will enroll at SLIC. We want to help these students be able to have success in their online classes by getting them better access to things like internet. Our audience analysis is focused on the future students who will enroll at Salt Lake Community College's Taylorsville campus. We found current statistics on demographics as well as psychographics. Our first demographic shows that during the fall 2020 semester, the average age of a student was 22 years old. During that same semester, the ethnicity of students was 32% non-white, making the other 68% of students white. The average gender ratio during the fall semester was 1.25 female to every 1 male. Here you can see the average credits that a student was enrolled in for the last year. And then we found some psychographics that are commonly found in the Salt Lake Community College students. Our 22-year-old students like to watch the shorter videos that are animated to learn instead of attending lectures. And since our campaign is about helping these students, we decided to use those psychographics to make our message known and make our channels. For our messaging goals, we want our audience to know the available resources to help with the schooling, the availability of internet access, and any tips and tricks from former students. We want our audience to feel confident that they can successfully pass their classes. And we want our audience to read through our channels to make sure that they are prepared before joining in any online classes. Our channels will deliver our project in a website, an email template, and a slideshow. Our website will be talked about later in this video, and it will highlight the issues and struggles that current and former students have gone through in the past couple of years of attending online college. This will hopefully help students understand that they are not alone in the uncertainty of joining these online classes. Our email template will focus on the main ideas of our whole entire project and act as more of an introduction to our project, which will include links to our website and our slideshow channels. Our slideshow will display the visual side of these issues during the pandemic, and it will highlight some ways to fix these issues like internet access and other SLIC resources. Our goal with sharing these deliverables is to communicate to the newly enrolled students at Salt Lake Community College. Each of these communications channels is intended to speak to our audience in ways that they enjoy learning from. All of our channels are easily accessible from a mobile device, which will help with any student's internet issues. Our branding guide. Throughout our project, we have a few shared themes to help brand our project. In this paper, we have chosen a specific Word document theme with blues and greens, and it features the Century Gothic font type. We decided to use these colors because the bright colors are more appealing to a younger audience, but we tried to keep the look and feel of our channels and paper professional. Here is the email template. It says, "Dear future student, we are reaching out to you today because we see you have recently enrolled in Salt Lake Community College. We have created a campaign project to inform the students of the issues of attending online courses as we have been forced into full online schooling during the pandemic. Part of our campaign project, we have made a website as well as a slideshow presentation to inform you of these college struggles. The channels include tips and resources to help you with your online classes. We encourage you to take a look at our website and slideshow prior to completing your SLIC registration for the upcoming semester. Our channels will help you decide whether online schooling will be beneficial for your school success or if you should stick to on-campus classes. You can find links to our website and slideshow below, and I have attached both of those links below. Thank you for your time. We hope you have a great semester.
Education campaign. We chose our topic to be on online college during the pandemic. Introduction. The pandemic has shifted the normal ways of delivering education. Most colleges and universities have turned to offering classes either fully or partially online. While some students have been able to adapt to the online learning without much trouble, many others are struggling to find the groove in a remote learning environment. Our objective is to address various struggles students face to help these future students to find success in their online education. Our audiences. Our target audience are the future students who are able to enroll at Salt Lake Community College and are thinking of taking either one or all their classes online. We found a statistic stating that the non-white population is the largest of all UHSE institutions. An increasing number of female students are attending college. In fall semester of 2020, 55% of the students were female, which is a big improvement from the previous semesters. There's a link to the statistics stated down there. Salt Lake Community Resources. Salt Lake Community Resources. Salt Lake has so many resources to help with the navigation of Canvas and even have tutorials on how to navigate the school website. There's a link you can click on there to see the school tutorial, the Canvas tutorial, and how to navigate your school website. Technical issues. Technology issues are bound to happen with an online schooling environment. When that happens, you may want to communicate with the professor to let them know about the issue. That way, if you're late to submit your assignment, it has been previously communicated. There are important steps to follow if you have an internet problem. Make sure you have a good internet connection and a means of access to the internet as well. Log into a PC or laptop, mobile phone, or launch a web browser. If a link doesn't launch, then it probably doesn't have internet connectivity. Try launching another site such as google.com to test if you can access it. If that doesn't launch, then check whether you are connected to the internet by checking your internet cable or checking whether your Wi-Fi adapter is connected to your preferred internet connection. The distraction and time management. Most of the time when we take online classes, we tend to have a lot of distractions, especially with family and other obligations around. Whereas when you take classes on campus, it's way less distractive. Time management tips. Create a schedule to keep track of what you need to get done for your online classes. Try to find a silent place in your house where you can study and avoid distraction. Try taking a few classes online instead of all your classes online. Lack of friendship. In person, classes have a sense of community that is easily lost in an online schooling. With on-campus courses, you can make connection naturally, which makes it unquestionably easier. Shout to classmates and professors. In-person classes lead to healthier discussion where students can bounce off ideas of one another. Familiar technologies.
Hello, my name is Lorenzana, and one of those websites called schoollifecovid.weebly.com. It's about school life in COVID, facing challenges in the new era. School has changed in the current new age with technology reigning supreme as the preferred method of communication. With that being said, the pandemic made sure we have, and now we see the challenges some people face by depending on technology. I inserted some research that I found, and it helps with, it says helping your college student through COVID-19 pandemic. Read some of the bullet points as well. These are challenging times for students, parents, and families. College experiences change for everyone, and anxiety and stress is high for many reasons. Here are some helpful hints on how supporting your student can also promote the well-being of your entire family. 1 is be patient. 2 is individual and shared space. 3, 4, structure. And 5, stay positive. 4, being kind and patient and compassionate. Remember, everybody's experiencing a will. When emotions are high, rational thought is low. Give yourself time to think your reactions. For individual and shared space, try to identify where each person will do their action. Having personal space and privacy during this transition can be important. Students need personal space to do their with friends through social media. Managing time. Our time rarely slowed down. How are you going to fill this time? It may be a good time to start a new hobby. Connect virtually with friends you have not connected in a while. And if you get out of the routine when commitment have changed. Make sure everyone stays in the routine. And for stay positive, it is easy in times like this to focus on the negatives or the disappointments you're feeling by limiting watching the news, correcting any misinformation they may be sharing. Happy events occurring in your lives. When you think of college, you think of this colorful kind of life. Going out, parties, cool classes has very much faded now. That's from Valerie Pavilonis, a junior amid the pandemic. Many young people worry about mental health. Rising numbers were struggling with problems like depression long before the pandemic. In national college health, 100% of college students reported being so depressed it was too difficult to function. 60% reported overwhelming. The same 13% of U.S. teens. In the same year, 13% of U.S. teens, 12 to 17, said they depressive episode in the preceding 12 months, up from 8% in 2007. A psychology professor at Yale who teaches on Coursera produced a video called, which also addresses college age concerns. She said, new stresses and losses, regardless of whether a young person has virus directly, such as with the illness or death of a loved one, but there's a flip side of shit. There is a kind of togetherness through bad events, like horror comes together. I feel like they're bonding even more over this. Santos says they're all going through the higher education. More students are dropping out of college during the share students returning for their second year of college fell in 2020 to the lowest since 2020. And the Omicron surge and lingering uncertainty around the virus could deepen the dropout crisis. February 10, 2022. The share of student sophomore year is the largest since 2012. Since 2012. Many of the Americans, roughly 20 million, have a wide range of restrictions on their lives. Some students face no restrictions, neither vaccinations nor mask mandates. Two bouts of nearly total lockdown. Such happened at Emerson College with a stay-in-room directive that lasted through January 18th and prohibited students leaving their room unless to get tested, appointments, or for employment purposes. Other restrictions across the country include remote classes. 10 to 15% of prominent colleges started the spring term online. Booster mandates, bans on traveling, no sharing meals in the dining hall, limits the number of people in your room at one time, mask at all times, in crowded settings, bans on eating, drinking inside the building, and testing every 72 hours to determine COVID. Vienen and Vinay Prasad, February 16, 2022, show that students are suffering type of emotions, depressions, and it's really hard out there for all of us. The switch was scary. Before the pandemic started, then this happened, so it was a scary time. I was hoping to get the college experience that everybody talked about, but different hand. But I'm grateful that we have resources that we, to the school, providing our schooling done. So it's, but let's be kind to each other and support each other.